I don't like TMZ crap. I one of the things I don't like talking about on the show is like, so-and-so is dating so-and-so, so-and-so cheated. And so I don't care about personal drama BS. I just don't care about it. But sometimes there is a story that involves, unfortunately, a celebrity's personal life that actually has direct impact on the movies that will get made.
Bleeds into it.
Exactly. Who will be in those movies. And so then it kind of becomes an issue that we talk about. One of those issues that has been around for a little while is the issue of, obviously, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation. I like to give this disclaimer up top whenever we talk about this issue, because honestly, I don't even enjoy talking about this issue, but is that I was not there for any of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's relationship. Unlike the 99.9% out of people who believe they know what really happened, and they're all completely wrong. I have no idea what happened. I was not there. I was not physically present, and I don't have a dog in this hunt, as the old saying goes. So I really don't care. However, as we know, a court decision was reached in the UK. Johnny Depp, of course, went to court in the UK and sued the newspaper, and by extension, Amber Heard in a way, but it was really against the newspaper that published basically her story. And the specific thing at cause that Johnny Depp was suing them over was the fact that they blatantly came out and called him a wife beater. Now, you guys will know that that court ran its process, and at the end of the case, the judge decided to rule in favor of the newspaper and against Johnny Depp, saying that the newspaper calling him a wife beater was factually true, that the allegations made therein were, in the judge's words, substantially true, and therefore Johnny Depp lost the case. Now, that's just a little bit of background. We move forward now. Johnny Depp launched an appeal and he has been petitioning the court to hear an appeal case. He wants to appeal the case. He thinks that judge's decision should be thrown out and that he should be granted an appeal case. So they've been petitioning the court for that. However, the appeals court has just rendered their decision about whether or not to give Johnny Depp a appeal, and they have turned it down. They have basically said that there is no basis for an appeal, that there's nothing in the case that happened that suggests that an incorrect thing was reached, and they ruled against him. Now, specifically, let's take a look at the appeals court put out a 15-page document, put out a 15-page document basically explaining why they were denying Johnny Depp's application for an appeal. Let's just jump down right to the last paragraph, where they basically said this. We would accordingly, this is the final conclusion, this is the appeals judges, we would accordingly dismiss both Mr. Depp's application for permission to adduce further evidence in his application for permission to appeal. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. As we have said, it is not easy to persuade this court to overturn the findings of a trial judge on purely factual questions. However, we do not believe that there is a real prospect of it being prepared to do so in this case. The hearing, therefore, Nicole J., that's the original judge of the original trial, was full and fair. Once again, the hearing before Nicole J. was full and fair, and he gave thorough reasons for his conclusions, which have not been shown in even arguably to be vitiated by any error of approach or mistake of law. Okay, basically, so I have the advantage that I actually worked in law for a number of years. So let me basically
break this down.
Let me tell you basically what this means. What this basically means is, number one, the appeals court said, we don't believe there's any reason to believe we would interpret the facts here any differently than the original judge did. Also, another big basis for appeal often is that in the original case, a proper procedure or a proper law was not adequately followed in the trial. Therefore, that can be grounds for appeal. However, the appeal judges said, we don't see there being any case to be made here that the facts will be interpreted any differently. Also, there isn't even any way to arguably say that there was any error in approach or a mistake made in law. Again, just that last line again, to be vitiated by any error of approach or mistake in law. Basically, it's this. another set of judges who rank higher than the original trial judge
Mm-hmm.
have looked at, by the way, the original ruling that the original judge put out was 130 pages. And I guarantee you, all the people on the cancel Johnny Depp side and all the people on the justice for Johnny Depp side, ain't none of them read the actual judge's court documents. None of them read it.
If it's not an IG post,
No.
they
Both
probably
sides of them
didn't
just
read it.
listening to whatever YouTubers are saying what they want to hear, and then they just keep parroting what their favorite YouTubers say. But none of them have read the 130 pages document. So basically, now the appellate judges are saying, we have reviewed the entire thing. We don't see any difference in the facts. We don't see there being any mistake in law being made. We see no mistakes in procedure being made. So we deny Johnny Depp. So now the bottom line is this. In the UK, Johnny Depp's legal thing is now done. He has no further recourse. He's finished there. Now the attention, and we'll get to how this impacts the movie stuff.
Yeah.
Now this gets transferred to a new case that he's doing. Well, two new cases. He is bringing a libel case in the United States that starts in April of 2022.
Oh, dang.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no.
Dang.
No, now we got to sit through this crap for another year and a month. April 2022 is when this starts getting done. And then on top of that, Amber Heard has now filed her own counter libel suit against Johnny Depp.
Great.
That will have to then probably take place sometime after that.
Oh, great.
It's going to be very, very difficult after an initial trial judge finds the facts a certain way, and then a board of appellate judges all agree and see it the same way. It is not impossible. It is difficult, though. It's not impossible, but difficult to imagine that another set of judges viewing the exact same evidence are going to be swayed to come to a different conclusion. But then again, we're going to have to wait a year to find that out. So what does that mean for now? For now, what this means is that, Warner Brothers, I think there's going to be a number of studios that may be intrigued by still working with Johnny Depp, who's an incredibly gifted performer.
Such a great actor.
Such a good actor.
Yeah.
I think they are now going to probably be more hesitant now that another level of the court has said, we think the facts point against you. Now, this could all change in April of 2022. Well, that case will probably be like 4 or 5 months. So maybe by summer of 2022, we will actually have some sort of answer. We will get some sort of answer. But for now, I think any big resurgence for Johnny Depp, and then what happens with Amber Heard as well. I don't think anybody's going to move on Amber Heard. Now that another court has said, we actually believe the account of Amber Heard, all that kind of stuff, it's going to be difficult to see how that changes. So what does this mean for Aquaman 2?
I was just going to say, when is Aquaman 2?
Yeah, that becomes the big thing.
Come out, yeah.
Warner Brothers has stood in Amber Heard's corner up till now. And again, remember, I have no dog. I don't give a crap. I was not there. They, quite frankly, from what I've seen on the surface, they both acted like asses. But whatever. I wasn't there. Warner Brothers has stayed standing in her corner. Zack Snyder has stayed in her corner. Walter Hamada has stayed in her corner. And so with this now ruling by the appellate court, there's been a lot of whispers and things that they were going to remove Amber Heard. I don't think they will. I think this settles that they are not going to take Amber Heard out of this movie. As much as some people have been screaming for it, I don't think they will, because there's nothing factual or court adjudicated at any rate.
It's just opinions right now. What's that? It's just opinions.
It comes down to opinions, except for
things have
the people
come
in the courts.
But yeah, if she was found guilty or something, or if it was something like super solid, that you could base like, hey, this legally happened, so boot her from the movie or boot him. And
see, here's where it gets really complicated. Is that a lot of people on both sides, on the cancel Johnny Depp side, on the justice for Johnny Depp side, they get a fragment of information and they think, well, this fragment of information, but they didn't read the 130-page ruling by the original judge that puts much different context on those things. And that's a big problem with our society in general. Everybody wants to read a 140-character tweet. Yeah. Nobody actually wants to hear all the information. So I don't know. Again, the bottom line for me is why this is interesting is I think, I don't know. Nobody from Warner Brothers has told me this. I just think this probably puts an end to the discussion about, is Amber Heard going to be removed from that? It didn't look like she was going to be. And now that another court has said, we actually believe the information favors her, the facts favor her, it sounds like I don't see any reason why a studio would back out of that. Now, what happens after 2022? Who knows? But it's an ugly situation.
It's an ugly situation. And we feel like we have a stake in it because that's my favorite movie.
Yes.
And she's my favorite actor and he's my favorite actor. And you don't understand. I've loved him since I was 16. And we feel like we have history, invested history. And that's why we care. But it's hard. You're judging someone on their worst day.
Yeah, and by
all
the way,
of us
and we're trying to judge something that we were not there to witness.
We weren't there.
We weren't there to witness for either of them.
So it's hard because there's a bit of interest in terms of what I appreciate and what I love and what I want to see. That's where the interest lies. But then we give ourselves permission to go, you shouldn't have done this in your marriage. It's like,
anyway,
that's not my tea. I'm not going to accept that.
It has been and continues to be and will continue to be an ugly situation, guys. Question is for you. What do you think this is all ultimately going to lead to? Do you think the result of all this is going to be, yes, definitively, Amber Heard is going to stay in the role of Mara as they move forward into Aquaman 2? Do you think that might change? How do you think this is going to shake out theatrically? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys,